You who I battle for?
He in this battle, I be on that front line.
Life can be a heavy load.
It can get heavy on that front line.
But our faith can split a mountain though.
We moving mountains, I be on that front line.
We live our lives, day-to-day struggles, keep us focused and ready. Say these
The Most High God said He gonna give the land of Canaan to the Israelites. Who is Canaan?
He's an African.
He's the son of Ham, which makes him an African.
Check this out, precept.
When you say it like that, it's like, how I keep messing that up?
This is the book of First Maccabees.
Not. Wait a minute. It's what? I ain't never heard of that book. I am. Somebody. What's the name of that book?
This is the book of First Maccabees.
Why it ain't in my Bible?
Because the Council of Nicaea, a group of white men took it out.
That's right. You heard what he said? Say it again.
The Council of Nicaea in 365 AD, 325 AD.
Roman Catholic Church.
They took it out of the holy manuscripts.
Now look here, when your Bible was first printed, if you were reading the King James, when it was first printed, the 1611 edition, it had 14 books in it that are not included today.
They got that in the Giovanni Bible too, in the 1500s.
Even in the 1500s. It's recently when the black man got his freedom in this country, 20 years ago.
Version to the King James Version now, but the original one is the closest in the English language from the Greek and Hebrew
that we can understand.
And if you don't like King James, you can go to an older version. The Septuagint. But the King James is pretty legit.
The original King James.
Yeah, the original King James Version Bible is pretty legit.
Not the new King James.
No, that's L garbage. Oh, you good.
Yeah, the NIVs, the KIVs, and the all modern day translations, bro, garbage, all right? They'll confuse you, okay? So, original King James is what you're gonna get. Okay. Just trying to prove it.
Yeah, we about to read it. We about to read it.
You say the Father, or if you say the Messiah, or Messiah, you talking about the Father or the Son? Okay, well, black man, we gotta go to the Son. You wanna get the Son first? He gonna show you the Son. Let's get the Son first. You wanna go to the Father?
I'm gonna show you a prophecy.
This book was written by black men for black men, bro.
I'm gonna show you.
This is your history book. Understand that?
Yeah, if anybody tell you that this is the white man's book, it's because they're ignorant and they're uninformed.
And Joel chapter 3 will condemn that lie.
When they saw him there?
Yeah, will condemn that lie. Oh, they lied on King James. King James is a black man. I understand. First of all, excuse me for one second. Say what now? King James was written.
They said that the
rapist. I just say it was written by a rapist.
Yes, sir.
Number one, King James did not write the Bible.
King James never wrote the Bible. He brought in 48 scholars from all over the area at that time, and they translated the scroll.
What kind of scholars he brought? Israelite
scholars, us.
Black scholars.
Black Israelite scholars.
So check this out.
Your history book, bro.
This is the book of Maccabees.
Wait a minute, I gotta ask you a question. Have you looked into it? You went and checked that it was written.
I believe that the time we're living in right now is
Oh yeah, actually I'm close. They live close. We're still living. But
Well, we living through the whole volume of the book because this prophecies in the Old Testament haven't came to pass yet. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna bring some of that out too. Yeah, we live in the book every day. This is a prophecy right here that was warned by our forefathers what was going to happen with our book, with our laws and the images, how the heathen was going to get a hold to it and change it. This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 48.
But First Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 48?
Yeah. Or should I just go back? Yeah, I started 48. And lay open the book of the law wherein the heathen when you see the word heathen, that means other nation. That's outside of Israelites.
But these particular heathens are Grecians,
Yeah, the Greeks.
Europeans, white people.
Wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likenesses of their images. That's why when you see anything representing the Bible today, it don't matter what figure it is. It could be John, it could be Moses, it could be Jesus. It's going to be white folks. And that was prophesied that was going to happen. Now we're going to give you the description of Jesus, and then after that we're going to give you the description of the Most High God. This is the book of Revelations, and the word revelation means to reveal. So I'm gonna read verse 1, then I'm gonna skip down to the description of Jesus Christ.
Bring it out.
The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants. So this is saying the revealing of Jesus Christ. To his servants, things must shortly come to pass, and he sent his signified by his angel unto his servant John. So like you said, you believe John wrote the Bible. John wrote the book of Revelations. John wrote the book of Revelations. So we go into the description of Jesus Christ. So this is John writing down exactly what he saw. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one likened unto the Son of Man.
Like unto who?
The Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to his foot. So he's letting you know what Jesus had on. And girt about the paps with a golden girdle. So that means he had a belt made out of gold.
Big belt.
From right here to right here.
Now check this out. His head and his hairs were white like wool. Who has woolly hair on this earth? Like the picture that you see of Jesus Christ, that picture on that flyer we gave you, is that woolly hair or stringy hair? Right there, behind, yeah, turn around. The other one. Is that woolly hair or stringy hair? Now look at that picture. Now how do his hair look? I'm gonna read it again while you're looking at it. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. Now check out the eyes. And his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass. You see pictures of fine brass on that flyer?
Hold on. You see the eyes, it's red. Christ had red eyes. That white Jesus. When you see that white Jesus, what color is his eyes?
Probably just that way.
Oh, blue.
You blue. You see the eyes of the white Christ? He got blue eyes, bro, and stringy hair. All right, so let me help you a little bit.
I was about to say, hey.
Yeah. The white Jesus, right, that the Roman Catholic Church has pushed out there, that Jesus have long stringy hair and blue eyes. And that's not in the Bible. The Bible said Christ had kinky hair. He had hair like wool. And he also had red eyes, because Christ was a wine bibber. He drank wine. And when he drank wine, his eyes would turn red. All right? So that's 2 cuts on that white Jesus right there. Okay? He had red eyes, and he had kinky, woolly hair. All right? So that's 2 cuts on the white Jesus.
Like they ever said he had hair like a dog. And we agree. But he's got hair like a sheep. There's only one group, one family. Look at his hair from the side. That's woolly.
You don't know who have woolly hair in that, bro? Or you just don't understand that part? Here it is? Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
Now check this out. The color of brass.
Look at that right there. That's not like wool. That's stringy.
That's more like a goat or a dog.
This is woolly. That one's woolly. See, even he know it's woolly.
It's woolly.
It's a fuzzy haired man.
In other words, bro, ain't the Negroes on this. They have woolly hair, man. Okay, your people.
Now go let you know the color of his skin tone.
Give it to him.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burn in a furnace, and his voice as sound of many waters. Now, it don't matter what you burn in a furnace, it's going to come out black. So Jesus is probably blacker than you. It's not the deception or the description that the Christian church is putting out. Now we're going to show you how the Father looked, his Father.
Did you get an understanding now on how Christ looked? Jesus Christ, what the word called? The description of Jesus Christ out of the Bible. This is not the Bible now.
Did it make sense to you?
I get what y'all saying.
No, ain't what we saying, what the scriptures say.
Yeah, this is what,
Okay,
this is
all
what
right,
we
so
read.
make sure. We ain't saying nothing. The scripture, the Bible is saying it. Oh, okay, all right. So we want to make sure you understand.
Everything is really interpreted on how he interpreted it.
Look, you can't understand that? We ain't interpreting that. That's
I'm about
plain and clear.
to say, there's no way we could interpret this
That's right. That's
besides
plain and clear.
besides of what it's saying.
Wait a minute.
That's right.
Wait a minute. We asked the wrong question. Could we interpret this as a white man?
Okay.
Could that be interpreted as a white man? Thank you.
So I'm gonna read the description.
Cut, Tori, that was being cut.
I'm gonna read the description one more time.
Yeah.
It's like subliminal messaging. It's like, what is it called?
What are you talking about?
Parables.
Metaphors,
Parables.
similes.
Okay, I get that.
This is I understand what you're saying, right? So you see my skin tone right now, right? Like fine brass. Fine brass look like this. If you burn if you burn that fine brass in a furnace, what color is it gonna turn? If you burn bread in the oven, what's gonna happen? It's gonna get black. So that means Jesus Christ is a black man, a very dark-skinned black man.
And that's the parable right there, burn in the furnace.
Like burning the furnace. He had skin like bronze, like the brother said.
Even if he was
Burning
white,
the furnace.
even if he was white, he wouldn't be after being burnt in the furnace.
Hey, this is the definition of wool from 1874 or 1894. It says the soft curly hair of sheep and other animals, closely curled hair of Negroes.
What? Hey man, screenshot need that.
Screenshot everybody that.
I'm so selfish.
So I'm gonna go back from the top of the description of Jesus Christ,
Oh, so
and then I'm gonna read the description of the Most High God, which is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's your forefathers. We're not African American. We're not Negroes. We're not Afro American. We're none of that. We are the Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of, that the Most High God chose to be His special people.
That's right. Only one nation.
And we can prove it out the book.
No other nation. Only one nation he chose.
But check this out. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burn in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters.
He was loud. He was loud. He had a strong voice.
He was loud. Like how we are. We're loud.
Right.
Loud.
Right. That's right.
No matter what metaphors we use, nobody can say that describes white. Nobody with buttermilk skin is described this way, right?
You understand that, bro?
So
You got a better understanding?
So clearly, every image that the Christian church has put to us describing the Messiah has been a lie. Every image that the Christian church has put out to us describing the Messiah is a lie, an overt lie, an on-purpose lie. Now, white Jesus has been used as a tool of white supremacy. You understand what I'm saying? Every continent, every nation that they've taken that image, they've conquered the people there.
That's right.
They've conquered all the colored people there. And then they set up an image, a white Jesus, so that a white man can be worshipped.
Now check this out. This is the description of the Most High God.
This is the Father. This is the Father now. We gave you the Son. Now we're going to give you the description of the Father.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. The Ancient of Days is the Most High God.
That's the Father.
What's the difference, right?
Whose garment was white as snow, and his hair of his head like pure wool.
Like what?
Like pure wool.
Like dog hair.
Like pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire.
Drop down to 13. Hey, look, it's a common
Denominator.
People think they one and the same. but they're
Yeah,
not.
thank you. People try to say that God the Father and the Messiah is the same person. The Son of Man is the same person.
That's that Trinity doctrine.
But it is not true. When you read the Bible, thank you. The Bible will expose it. It's a lie. They're not the same person. Watch this.
Verse 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, like the Son of Man.
One like who?
The Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days.
He walked up to who?
And came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him.
Give me 14.
And there was given him dominion and glory, and a kingdom that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom which shall not be destroyed.
So what he just read is the Son coming to the Father, and the Father giving the Son a kingdom, an everlasting kingdom. If the Son was the Father wouldn't be able to give himself a kingdom. These are two different people. You see what I'm saying? Uh-oh.
Bring it up.
This is 1 John chapter 5 verse 10. He that believes on the Son of God hath the witness in himself. He that believeth not God hath made him a liar, because he believeth not the record that God gave of his Son. His physical description and everything, it's a record who he is. If someone looking for you, they're gonna give a physical description, right? They say, okay, well, we got a record of this guy right here. It's the same thing with Jesus Christ.
And what's your name, brother? Yeah, think about it.
It's all good. It's all good.
Wait a minute, you don't need to know all that. Oh, we got another precept. Hold up.
Precept. This is talking about another Israelite named Solomon. This is Song of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 11, and it said, and it reads, his head is as the most fine wine. His locks are bushy and black as a raven. Now it says his locks is bushy, and if you look up the word locks in the Strong Concordance, it says plaits.
You know we plait our hair.
Now check this out. This is another description of the Most High God, and this is going to tell you about his skin color and the color of his feet and everything.
Come on, beat it up.
It's the book of Daniel, chapter 10, verse 5.
That's why I bring these brothers to a fight any day.
Then I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen. So that means if he's clothed in linen, he got a body.
No spirit. He got a body.
Whose loins was girded with fine gold of Uphaz. His body also was like the beryl, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamp of fire, and his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass, and his voice to his words like the voice of a multitude. So this is describing the Most High God. It sounds identical as the Son, Jesus Christ, from his voice, from his feet, from his body, from his eyes, from his build and everything, just like his Father.
Father and the Son. Just gave it to you.
So can I ask a question? So have you always? Well, I'm not saying that you have. So you knew that Christ and the Father were separate, or you thought they was the same person? Okay, all praises.
Oh, you knew they were the same person or different or separate?
He said separate. All praises.
So this is Genesis chapter 1, verse.
Oh, that's a good one.
But we brought the chefs with us today. They cooking.
Brother, this is Genesis chapter 1, verse 27. So the Most High created man in his own image. In the image of the Most High created he him. Male and female created he them. So, we're created in his image, right? Okay.
Now look here. In this world, the Creator is a spirit. But in the world that he lives in, He has a body. He has a throne that he sits on. He has a head. He has hair. He has hands, and he has feet. You feel me? But Christianity has taught us that he is a spirit, like a non-corporeal entity. He's like that in this world, but in his world, he got a whole physical being. You got it?
All right, so now if you got time, we can show you in the Bible certain prophecies that happened to the Israelites that only our people fit, our ancestors, and not just our ancestors that we fit today. It's some curses that he put on the Israelites. And the reason why we up under the curses because our forefathers made a blood in, blood out covenant, an agreement with the Most High God. So he gave us promises. If we keep and hearken to his word, he's going to bless us. But if we don't and we break his words and his commandments, he's going to curse us.
Hurt us bad, bro. Hurt us bad.
And one of the purpose of the curses is for us to be able to identify who we are according to these prophecies that came to pass.
Now we identify who we are. All the stuff that we going through in America.
46.
I know where you at, so yeah.
That's why we bring you to the fight.
All praise
So,
to the brothers, man, the Most High.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and we're just going to bounce around with these curses. Verse 46. Shalom, shalom, brother. And this is verse 46. And they shall be upon thee when... Shalom, brother.
Speaking about the curses.
And the word they is talking about the curses. Is exactly what he said. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder and upon thy seed forever. Go ahead.
Now the word sign is the Hebrew word oath. The word sign is the Hebrew word oath. It is an identifying mark or symbol to let you know what something is. My bad. You know what I'm saying?
Now, we're just going to bounce around and let you know some of these curses. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
What is that?
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I commanded thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
This is what your Jewish people can't prove. They can't say they experienced this right here.
All right, this is the one of the first curses I'm gonna read, and this is verse 26. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go back to 25. And the Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thy enemy. Thou shalt go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them, and shalt be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. It don't matter where you go in this world, you're going to see our people scattered all across the world. Matter of fact, the Olympics is about to start coming up. If you watch the Olympics, it don't matter what country is in the Olympics, you're going to see our people representing each country. You know, you could watch somebody from Iceland, France, Italy. It's going to be some of our people over there. It don't matter where you go in the world, we scattered across the 4 corners of the world.
And wherever you find us, we're going to be at the bottom of that society. You know, we're going to be at the bottom. You know what I'm saying?
And
we're going to be the working class.
Let me get this precept.
Go ahead.
This is Luke chapter 21, verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword and shall be led away captive into all nations.
You have to make that up.
This is Christ speaking, right?
Yeah. Go.
You don't read the whole thing, do you?
That's about right. No, we'll start at 20.
Well, I'll start at verse 20. This is Christ, it's in red. Say, and when you shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Because you know in 70 AD, the Romans came and destroyed Jerusalem. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, because we fled to the west coast of Africa. And let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are into the countries thereinto. For these be the days of vengeance, saith that all things that are written may be fulfilled. See, all this is already written, bro. That's happening. Go ahead.
He gonna read you in Deuteronomy chapter 28. All these curses. But this happens so that everything that was written in Deuteronomy chapter 28 can come to pass. This is the Messiah saying this. See, they never tell you that Jesus The man they called Jesus said that this stuff was going to happen to the children of Israel.
Right, and he said in verse 24, they shall fall by the edge of the sword and shall be led away captive into all nations, like the brother was saying. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down to Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Because that's what he's saying. The brothers, they're over there right now. They're not us.
The people that are in Israel right now are Gentiles. Because the true Israelites were cast out and scattered into all nations.
They was put there in 1948.
Come on. They purchased that. They purchased the right to be there.
They was put there in 1948.
Yeah. Talking about prophecy was fulfilled. Get out of here.
You got a smartphone, brother?
We back.
All right. When you get a chance,
Hey, it's our first time being here.
when you get a chance, Google. You got a precept?
He plays it with us. We
He
back.
about to read
This is going back to earlier. This was going back to earlier when I had told them there's no private interpretation. Okay. Like here's a good scripture I can give you. You know, every time they tell you that, this is 2 Peter's 1 verse 20, and it says, knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation.
So it ain't no private interpretation. I mean, I can't make it mean what I want it to mean.
That's right.
It mean what it say.
Now, when you get a chance on your phone, go on Google and just Google the words yoke of iron. When you Google those words, you're going to see a picture of our forefathers, you know what I'm saying, with chains around their necks. So just Google that one day, and you're gonna see. It ain't gonna be no other nation of people that's gonna pop up, but our people. And this was prophesied and written thousands of years ago that it was gonna happen to our people. And we about to read it to you. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. And it reads, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies which the Lord shall send against thee.
You're going to be friends with it. You're going to serve your friends.
Therefore thou shalt serve thy enemies which the Lord shall send against thee.
So look, who been teaching us religion? Who been educating our children? Who been giving us food stamps and public housing?
Sure, who sold us when we came here? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't our friends. It wasn't our brothers. It was our enemies.
Just like the Bible said.
They the one that was selling us and buying us.
We were the first commodity traded on Wall Street, homie.
That's right.
Your black body, your ancestors. He said we were gonna be sold to our enemies.
But check this out.
Friend. Not to a friend. Your enemy.
And we're gonna bring that out too. But check this out. It says, sin against thee in hunger. Anytime you hungry, if you go to the grocery store, who own the grocery stores? Who own majority of the farmland out here? It's not our people. You know what I'm saying? And in thirst, who own Deer Park Water Company? Who own Aquafina? Who own the Coca-Cola Company? You know what I'm saying?
When you pay your water bill, who you giving your money to?
And in nakedness, even though a lot of black folks got their own clothing line, they ain't got their own malls. They ain't, you know what I'm saying? They're not manufacturing their clothes. You know, the other nations manufacturing and making all these clothes.
They buy their material from Mr. Charlie.
And in want of all things, if you need some toiletry, who own all the who own Dove? Who own Johnson & Johnson? Who own all the soap and deodorant and toothpaste we using? It's not our own people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you need some oil in your car. You know what I'm saying?
Everything that you need.
And want in all things, we're going to be serving them. But check this out. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. So during our captivity, we had the yokes of iron around our neck until we got destroyed. But now we got the physical chains off, but we still got the spiritual, mental chains on. We still some slaves today, right now. Because we don't know who we are. And if you don't know who you are as a man, as a person, or as a people, then you don't know who your God is. How can you serve your true God if you don't know your heritage and your history and your culture? It's impossible. Go ahead.
We supposed to seek redemption, redeem, and pray for his forgiveness for what's going on right now.
Well,
this
if
is
you don't know,
generation.
if you don't know who your father is, then who can you pray to and seek redemption and forgiveness and repent. Who can you repent to?
That's what he said.
Yeah, you got to study to show yourself approved. But we about to read these prophecies, you know what I'm saying, so you can identify who you are according to the scriptures. You familiar how they used to kill our ancestors back in the day, right? They used to lynch us, right? They used to lynch us and we be...
Okay,
Reboot Nation, mind culture.
everyday struggles. Just dig them hills in them sand, you feel me? Keep going.
That goes on.
Trapped up, we ready.
Yeah, we ready.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Law one invested. We tired of Egypt and stressing. Yeah.
We coming for 'em.
We live our lives in battle mode.
It's a battle on that front line, line.
You who I battle for.
He in this battle, we on that front line.
Life can be a heavy load.
It can get heavy on that front line.
But our faith can split a mountain door.
We moving mountains up. We on that front line.
We live our lives.
Spiritual preparation, if I ain't girded, they gon' hang me. Strapped up with this Torah, if I shoot it, you can't blame me. Wrestling with these demons, we be grappling, it get crazy. A idle mind, a devil playground, can't get lazy. On the front line fighting till Yahusha come and save me. All this wisdom and knowledge, you still on milk like a baby. We gon' fight, we gon' battle, but with that ruach, it won't faze me. Blocked out the distractions of the world to remain stable. It's a war out here. Can't be slow out here. You gotta know out here. Or you get stuck out here. It ain't a game out here. You can't be playing out here. That's why we meditate, study, and pray out here.
We live our lives in battle mode.
It's a battle on that front line.
You who I battle for.
He in this battle, we on that front line.
Life can be a heavy load.
It can get heavy on that front line.
But our faith can split a mountain door.
We moving mountains up. We on that front line.
We live our lives. Day-to-day struggles keep us focused and ready. Say these scripts keep us steady. Got them snug like a teddy.